Follow Alice. Speak English properly, effectively, and smartly.
Hi, this is Alice. Some students told me, Alice, I hate English public speaking. I don't want to speak because I think my pronunciation is poor. Once I open my mouth, people will laugh at me. They don't want to listen to me at all. Have you ever thought like this? Have you ever shut your mouth because you think your pronunciation is really poor? If your English pronunciation is poor, your English is poor. I don't know how many Chinese students are haunted by this prejudice. They don't dare to open up their mouths to speak because they have accents. Their pronunciation is not that clear and precise, and they think they're speaking broken English. Now, let's watch a few video clips.
I was 24 years old, living in India. I had a nice job, nice car, nice hair. Still no girlfriend like Neha.
So this episode launched a lifelong quest for my identity. I was born in Korea, the land of kimchi, raised in Argentina, where I ate so much steak that I'm probably 80% cow by now. And I was educated in the US, where I became addicted to peanut butter.
And so I'm now slowly starting to use my voice in my work again. And it feels good. It does not mean I won't have a breakdown the next time a couple dozen people say that. It just means I now have a much better understanding of what's at stake and how giving up is not an option.
This is a kindergarten we designed 2007, and we made this kindergarten to be circle. It's a kind of endless circulation on top of the roof. And if you are parents, you know that kids love to keep making circles. And this is how rooftop is looking like. And when we are designing this, principal of this kindergarten said, "No, I don't want handrail." I said, "It's impossible." But he insisted. And how about having a net sticking out from the edge of the roof so that we can catch the children falling off?
Linked our digital banking with biometric, and now women use the digital financial transaction by using the thumb. And you know what they said? They said, anybody can steal my PIN number and take away my hard-earned money, but nobody can steal my thumb.
Do you think they are good speakers? Do you think the content of the speech is interesting? Do you think they have accents? Do you still want to keep on listening? We all notice they have accents, but we cannot deny they are good speakers. So we shouldn't let accent get in our way of speaking and speaking confidently. As English is becoming the lingua franca, there are different types of word Englishes: Indian English, African English, Scottish English, Japanese English. Well, BBC and VOA have now recruited broadcasters with accents. For people all around the world, accent does not mark language ability, but only marks the speaker's identity, past experience, culture. In a word, accent does not equal to incorrectness. Remember, we use language to communicate, not to compete over the beautiful pronunciation. Therefore, as long as your English can be used to communicate effectively, it should not be your excuse for not opening up to speak, unless you use poor pronunciation as an excuse for being lazy. However, this does not mean you can give up practicing pronunciation. Words that a speaker pronounces incorrectly are difficult for listeners to ignore. They attack their ears. If your speech includes several mispronounced words, especially if the mispronunciation is major. The audience may begin to doubt your credibility. Clear and precise pronunciation will definitely strengthen your status, credibility, and the power of your speech. And when you take tests or speak on a broader stage like speaking contest, international conference, pronunciation is playing a very important role. So you still have to practice hard to pronounce correctly and clearly to avoid misunderstanding. While you are practicing, remember these following tips. Open your mouth and make good use of your lips, tongue, and teeth. Pronounce vowels and consonants correctly. The most important method is to open your mouth widely. When we speak Chinese, we don't have to open our mouths in that way. But speaking English is really tiring, so don't be lazy. If you don't open up your mouth, you cannot pronounce vowels clearly. Now, let's watch a few video clips of speaking English with big mouth and the small mouth.
My, how, buy. California has become the first U.S. state to approve plans to require newly built homes to include solar equipment. California has become the first U.S. state to approve plans to require newly built homes to include solar equipment.
I think you can see the differences. So let's do practice together to help you open your mouth widely. Now everybody stand up and follow us. Step 1. Open your mouth as wide as you can. Keep on trying. Open your mouth as wide as possible until you feel a little bit of pain. Now put your fist in your mouth. Try your best to do that. Can you feel the tension of the muscles on your face and your lower jaw? And remember this feeling. When you speak English, you'll feel the same tension, or else you cannot speak clearly and correctly. Now step 2. Stretch out your tongue. Yes, stretch out your tongue till you feel like vomiting. Now, stretch your tongue as much as possible. Still, open your mouth widely. Keep on trying. Try harder and harder. Now hold it. Now next, relax your tongue for a little bit. Then use your tongue to count your teeth by sweeping it all over your teeth. Now I'll give you 30 seconds. And tell me, how many teeth do you have? The purpose of opening our mouths as wide as possible and twisting our tongues is to pronounce vowels and consonants clearly and correctly. These 3 practices help you open your mouth widely and move your tongue flexibly. Feel tired? If you want to speak English well, you need to remember these tired feelings and pronounce the vowels and the consonants with the right usage of your lips, tongues, teeth, and other vocal organs. And by the way, you'd better do this practice when there's no one else around. Now you may ask me, Alice, I can't tell the differences between correct or wrong pronunciation. What should I do? If so, the basic reason may be that you have problems with your listening. Remember, listening is very hard. Well, the first step is to listen correctly and imitate the standard pronunciation. Record your own voice. Each time, don't make it too long. 30 seconds to 1 minute will be okay. Compare it with standard resources. Discover your problems step by step and practice over and over again. Do it every day. Of course, it takes a long time of practice to improve the pronunciation. It does not change overnight. Opening up your mouth is the first step to make changes. If you never open your mouth just because you are afraid that you will make mistakes, your pronunciation will never improve and you will lose the opportunities to speak. Always remember, don't let pronunciation get in your way of your public speaking. Open up your mouth right now and start practicing. Let's do it together.
In this class, you should remember this important point.